Massachusetts is the third most densely populated state in the country, and the tension between development and conservation values is obviously an important one to think about for us as a conservation organization.
We're about conserving land and habitat and all of the plants and wildlife that live in those habitats. We're part of this larger conserved landscape where mammals like bear and moose and bobcats roam. And so having such large tracts of land allows us to tackle some of those landscape level questions.
We're really good at what I call private land protection. That is to say, we work with private landowners who are committed to protecting their land, and we also work with public agencies on partnerships and public-private partnerships that result in the protection of key habitat and land that is important to people in their communities.
Mass Audubon really stepped up in a big way to protect a place called LowerSpectacle Pond. It was a 900-acre property, regional landmark, desired for conservation for decades. We found ourselves in a battle with an aggressive developer who sought to build a housing development around the entire pond. We acquired it and transferred it to the state. It's now a terrific state park.
The best way to engage people in the work we do is to make it tangible and local, community-based. I think it really makes a difference when people feel like they have something at stake in conservation, because there's so many of these esoteric, somewhat abstract environmental threats and concerns that we hear about all the time, and people just get lost in it. But when you bring it home and make it tangible and make it related to their everyday life, really impactful, then they take a much closer interest in it.
Mass Audubon is fortunate to have strong community partners. Some of our neighboring protected lands are owned by other nonprofit environmental organizations. We also have corporate partners, so different companies that have made the environment a priority and will organize a volunteer day.
Mass Audubon really engages people in the idea of taking care of a place. And I think that's one of the really great things about the Sanctuary Network, is that it allows people to become familiar. If you're really engaged with the sanctuary, you can learn a lot about all these different great facets of the nature of that place, and therefore learn a lot about the nature of Massachusetts.
Land conservation is one of the few investments that's guaranteed to ever increase in value over time. As additional land is developed, the land that we set aside today just becomes that much more important.